Yeah, I now have Grayswandir. I knew my lamp was magic, or I strongly suspected it, so shortly after I stopped the stream I decided to go price ID it, and I saw that it was blessed after dropping it on the altar, so I didn't even need to, use holy water with it. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just ID it, and it turned out to be magic, so yeah, I wished for Grayswandir, so we have that now. So those are the two critical wishes, and then other things I'd like to get are speed boots, cloak of protection, helm of brilliance would be probably pretty nice for this guy to help him cast his spells. Kind of depending on, I'm not sure how he does with like 18 int or not. He might be fine at casting, everything. Polymorph would be a good spell for this guy to make use of, so he can get his final gear. He doesn't, because he's going to have the master key, he probably doesn't really need 30 to get to 30 AC, but if I want to get anything, Poly. Yeah, this is a great track. Yeah, Pesto, it's a light source, so that's really great, and it never runs out. So you can basically just have it on and walk through, and it helps in corridors. It gives you, further visibility there. So that's really nice. You can get the spell light, and obviously there's scrolls of light, but that's a little bit more, and that's tedious. That's tedious. That's a permanent light when you cast it. It's just you have to keep casting it. So a magic lamp is like, something you can basically use the unlimited light functionality, and then if you ever decide, okay, I need a wish, then you've got it. It's not as reliable. If you need a wish in an emergency, it's not good to use because you may not even get the wish, and you may have to use it some arbitrary number of times before it works. Got this back up, blindfold. Put that in there. So one other thing I did do was grab all my loot from the 7, I think it was, and move it. I was able to do it in one trip. I was stressed the whole time, so I had to be careful of that, but there weren't any really nasty spawns or anything. So now what I need to do is take, I've got one blessed ID scroll now, but I'm not gonna use it. Because I've got 10 other ones that I want to bless. So two things I need to do. Well, one thing I need to do is just go make a bunch of holy water. Might be good to go ahead and just pray with these pots here, and then do diluting after I've done the ID. That might make the most sense. That way I'll know which of these lower tier pots. I actually don't have all that many, to be honest. I thought I had more 50 tier pots, didn't I? Let me see. Potions, I've got 51 and 52. But I don't seem to have any, that's odd. I know I took out, where are they? Oh, they must have gotten, did they get ID'd, is that why? Oh yeah, healing and extra healing, okay, so that's why. So 50s and 25s are the ones. Healing and extra healing are actually, of course, good because you can turn those into full healing with alchemy, which might be something I would do. It's always good to have a few of those. I don't think I have any right now. I'm not really going to do a lot of alchemy. Gain ability would be pretty helpful to get a bunch more int, and I'm at the point where I can start using spells. I do have to take off like shield and my shoes and maybe my gloves and probably even my hat as well in order to really cast. But I need to ID spellbooks first. I think I do have a bunch of spellbooks, so I like how I just named this one spellbook L3 without actually giving it a unique sub-ID. That's not very helpful. So I think what we're going to do now is probably do a sacrifice or two to make sure that I can, and just don't even bother diluting potions, and just go ahead and take the 5 potions that I have, and turn those into holy water with a prayer. So to do that, I'm just gonna take out. Unfortunately, Geohack is a little bit buggy with the way it does menus. I think if you play in console, when you have menus going past, it re-letters them, but Geohack doesn't do that, so you can't. That's actually a significant problem for having loot chests like this. I also did a permanent inscription here for the gear using a lightning. She's probably gonna get to steal something from me. Oh, that worked out. Okay, so we're good to pray because I got that message. Now I need to get out the potions. Hopefully they're lettered. Yeah. Wow, this loop is longer than it kind of should be. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. It's not that long. Okay. I think we're good. Alright, there's our holy water. So we'll have to burn one of these after we dilute a bunch of potions, but now we have to play the game of let's get rid of this. I'm gonna drop everything and get out all the stuff that I want to ID, and also need to get out these ID scrolls themselves. Spellbooks, I don't need any duplicates, which is sometimes hard to see. If this were a better interface, I'd get more than text, but I can't. Less than 3 gold ones. Since space is going to be really tight, the game here is to get as many things in my inventory as I possibly can that I need to ID. But I only want 1 of each. Those 150.1s are smoky potions, so I probably should try to quaff maybe some of those for Wish, depending on what they are. I forgot to do that in my previous games. I totally forgot that that was even a thing. But I do recall back before when I would play Nethack, I would do that a lot. Quaff those. Just so you can get the chance of Wish, because if you bless it and you've got a lot of them, you're probably going to get a Wish out of a big enough stack. Okay. And then some gear. There's some stuff in here that we want to ID that. These boots, it would be good to know what all of these are, in case any of them are actually useful. I think that's fire res, but not a bad idea to ID it. I have a high level ring, but that wasn't cursed. It's probably polymorph control. All of these would be good to go ahead and ID. but they're the gems, I mean. Actually, let's get this one striking in here. And now we need to take a look at what all we've left in. Wands of striking are not, they're not of much value. It's good to have one or two because they're a very quick way to do some statue boulder destruction without involving a pick. But they're not otherwise of much use. So yeah, you can get a sense of how I've already got a bunch of stuff in my... I'm gonna have to unfortunately take off this is somewhat dangerous. See, I immediately do this and there's a... Oh crap. That was... And let me just get... Okay, good. So armor is relatively easy to put on. Wish we had a door right now that would make my life a little bit easier. Wow, is this a remix of Super Metroid done on Genesis? That's unusual. I'm gonna drop that. See what we have. We might need to stage this. I'm gonna drop the gems because they're just kind of less important. Much more interested in oh, why did you do that? God damn it. Not what I wanted at all. Let's see what we've got. We have our holy water, right? Yes. Okay, that's another slot. Is there anything else that we can drop? Too chicken to just take off my armor because that leaves you in a very vulnerable spot. Anything in here? Tinning kit. Well, this will be the first. This is most things. Well, it's not all the armor, but... Okay, so let's go for the scrolls first. Okay, that's all of our inventory. Very good. Let's take a quick look at the spell books we got. We got Knock, that's a level 1 spell, and Divinations we can train. Wizard lock is a good spell. I can lock that door now, or make a door there and lock it. Create monsters, that's clerical. Light is also divination, isn't it? Well, we've got divinations covered. We don't actually have any... I mean, wizard lock is like all you need is one wand of locking, but I don't have it, so it's, I guess, nice to have that I can cast that, make a door for this altar, mostly for that. The others are not. These aren't. This isn't a great selection of spell books. Oh yeah, we actually do want to ID up Grayswandir because we need to know its enchant. Okay, any other stuff? So potion-wise, looks like we've got gain ability ID, that's good. Speed is useful for alchemy. Gain energy is useful for various things. Oh wow, +3 increase accuracy. There's slow digestion, that's a good one, and I was right about that ring, it was polymorph control. Oh, that thing was cold resistance, interesting. Or was it? I thought it was, there was a cursed one. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, this track does this. So let's get this tuning kit, rest of these wands. Anything else that we need to ID? Could ID those dig wands, but I'm actually not going to bother. It's not that important. We don't have a ton left, but we could use another. What do we want to go for? There we go. Oh wow, I didn't get the enchant on Grayswandir, that's a shame. Elven boots. Elven boots are magical, I think, so they're good polypiling. And I know Elven Cloak is, I'm actually using the Elven Cloak. Okay, so those cursed boots were indeed levitation, but I have a ring, so I'm not really going to need that too much. Tinning kit's got a bunch of charges still, that's good. There's all of our gems. Most of them are glass, of course, but it's good to know which are which. I don't really have a need to collect these gems all that much. They're not even useful. Like, gold is useful for, at this point I can buy a bit more protection, but not that much more. I'll be probably picking up some of these boots. What am I wearing? Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at our... Don't actually have as much of a need to get holy water quite at this second. I've got so much ID'd. Oh wait, I do have some enchant armor I could probably make good use of, and enchant weapon. Got a bunch actually. Maybe not a bunch, but I've got certainly some. As far as enchant armor goes, I'm not going to get to use too much on my DSM. I could maybe use, depends on what I get, but if I get, I might only be able to use one, in fact. Got a bunch of tele scrolls that'll be useful for level porting. For the quest. I did get a charging scroll, didn't I? Or was that a different game? I don't see it. I've also got some gain ability that I should bless and quaff to get my int higher. So I need about 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually I need more than that maybe. I mean, technically I need, I don't think I have anything else that's really all that enchant worthy. I mean, I could certainly use them now, but my AC is actually pretty good. So just 1 or 2 enchants on the grayscale mail and probably save the rest. And then enchant weapons, so let's say 2 for the enchant armor, 3 if I wanted to make it now. Hey Death, how's it going? And then 1 for the enchant weapon, is that right? So 3, 4, and then 5 for gain ability. looks like. That's about all I need. Oh, are there any? Oh yeah, 6 because I need to bless it. Yeah, there's some things I need to bless. There's actually a bunch of things I need to bless, so I guess I should go do this. Let's take the stuff. Booze. Sleep. Confuse. Booze. Invis. Object detection. Oh, I didn't ID that one golden potion. Maybe I should do that. Sickness. Polymorph. There's also the question of what are smoky pot potions. That would be a good thing to look at. So how many are we going to get from all this? I guess I'll see. Quite a lot. Not enough where I really need to count it. Any other thing left to ID, since I'm going to read an ID scroll. Not really. Yeah, for now it is my stash, yep. Monster detection. Bag of holding. So that too is getting diluted. Alright. Now where did I have water? That is the question. Hey, new potion. Not here. Yeah, this is the quest level. I think this would be a good... Do I have my pickaxe by any chance? I didn't even think about this. I did. This is a pretty good spot for making a water. There we go. These rings need to come off. Jade. Oh, that wasn't fire res. Huh. I was totally wrong about that. That's slow digestion. What is that one? I don't think these rings rusting actually matters in any practical sense. It's just annoying to see. It's iron, so it would. Rip the grease on my dragon scale mail, but that's alright. I don't think that actually does me any good, since it's under a cloak. The elven shield is made of wood, I want to say. Yep. Okay, so we're good there. Pick up Grayswandir. Yeah, I just took off equipment, that's why. I'm taking off stuff that might rust. I don't want it to rust. That's why we're doing that. Elven cloak, leather gloves, elven shield, and Grayswandir. And we're good. That is it. Oh, that orange potion, I forgot to... I should have remembered that, but that's alright. I'll find another orange potion, hopefully. Wow, didn't this song just... I guess it's 2 loops of it. It's okay, it's a great song anyhow. "17 potions of water." That ought to be enough for a while. I eventually should make unholy water. I actually don't have a need for it quite yet since I've got the unicorn horn. I can make a cursed teleport, which is a more effective way to level port. That would be a good thing to do at some point, but for now I have got the cursed unicorn horn. Luckstone, so we're going to bless that. The ID scrolls. And we're going to take enchant armor, enchant weapon, enchant armor again. I could level up with gain level if I wanted to, but I'm going to do a bit more exploring before going into quest, and I might level up kind of on my own, so it's not all that necessary. Okay. And anything else I needed to bless? My tinning kit. Tinning kit. Not a bad idea to bless the backup unicorn horn. I mean, that's a little bit redundant, but... Probably will also bless my blindfold. Not going to bless the second blindfold I'm carrying because that's a little bit silly. Bless the levitation ring, that's not super necessary, but if that happens, it's really annoying if you get stuck with it. Restful sleep, huh. That's junk. But maybe I could polypile it into something useful. Okay, now we're ready for some more. Oh, oops. Well, that was pretty brilliant. I just dipped those... God, I'm not paying attention at all. I just destroyed 2 enchant armor scrolls because I dipped them into water because I didn't realize I had not dipped. That's weird how that happens. Wow. Whatever. That's okay. I'll get more enchant armor scrolls. That's a shame, obviously, but on the other hand, they're cursed, unlabeled scrolls, so I can write teleport on those. That's kind of cool. Not exactly much of a salvage, but we'll take it. Yeah, I forgot to... It's so easy with all these inventory hijinks, especially if you're a bit out of practice like I am, and like you'll just make a mistake. Not to mention the interface doesn't exactly help you out all that much. Okay, let's see if we can do this right this time. Alright. Another thing about like remembering to wield the right weapon, also remembering when you want to enchant armor, take off everything except for what you want to enchant. Fun stuff like that. Like I've used enchant weapon in some runs back, and nothing happened because I wasn't thinking to wield my weapon. Like in crawl, you'll read enchant weapon, and it will prompt you for the weapon because that's actually sane. Wow, +3. That's pretty nice for 1 enchant. And then okay, now I've got to take off. That should be C. Boots, gloves, and then take off shield. Okay, +4. Alright, so that's the max. I could go, use, I forget what it is, what you can use to enchant it down 1, and enchant from +3 with the hope of getting to +5, but it's not going to be that important. This is not going to be a character where I have to optimize AC to every armor +5, because he's going to have half physical damage from the Master Key of Thievery. So +4 is just fine. That's, it's only 2 more AC, but we'll take it. Okay, we're at -18, that's good. Let's do... Alright, so there's gain ability. Go ahead and quaff those. Alright. There is our modest strength increase, but most importantly some int. Our charisma is also really low. That charisma is just a trap avoidance, so it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, do I have my unicorn horn? V. Oh wow, I haven't even blessed the bag of holding. That's a big increase in my carrying capacity. Lockpick I really don't care about. Let me remember, I think that Tinning Kit being blessed matters, but I'm actually not sure. Tins, oh that's good. Nice, so yeah, having it blessed means having it blessed means my tins will always be blessed. At this point, it's just teleport control that I'm really after. I don't think there's anything intrinsic-wise, I think. Wizard of Yendor grants teleport control, that's funny. Can you actually eat his corpse? In that it won't kill you. Ah, apparently so. Quite a lot of resistances that his corpse conveys. Fire, poison, telecontrol. Oh man, Final Fantasy. Wait, this sound. Oh yeah, yeah. Final Fantasy Legend 2. Good request. I played this game, you know, many years ago, and that was one of my early RPGs. Great game. I mean, these days I'm not sure how much fun I would find it, but at the time it was cool. I think this is the last boss stage music, or maybe it's the general boss music. But I remember fighting those arsenal things, the robots at the end. That whole that Legend, I played also Final Fantasy Legend 1. That series was so weird because of, you know, the mechanic of you choose your party, that kind of old school Final Fantasy thing, and then all the mutations and just the settings in the game were so like so Japanese, like throw together, mash up all these different themes, traveling from one weird world to the next. It's like, this is the Oriental world, this is the dystopian future world. It's funny how Chrono Trigger almost is kind of like the successor to that in some ways with the time travel business, because each world ended up being kind of like that. Stuck in the Sky World. I'm trying to remember the Sky World from Legend. I remember there's like a kind of an Oriental themed world. I remember I played overall 1, I think a bit more. Yeah, I like it too, Pesto. It's cool. It's a very Japanese approach to making RPGs, but they did some funny things, and that was not. They were fun. SquareSoft wasn't the only one who did that. Like if you look at early Genesis games, they all had this kind of almost generic fantasy mashup things, like even a series like Phantasy Star, that are like kind of weird mashups of futuristic and fantasy and stuff. And I don't think that was limited to any one company. They were all making their kind of plots that way. One thing that's kind of neat about the roguelikes is that they do something similar. Like Nethack is this big mashup of all these different influences, and also Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is as well. It's like these big grab. I guess most RPGs do that to some degree, but a lot of the Western ones would really stay in kind of a basic fantasy theme, and then the Japanese ones would be like, you start off in this medieval castle, and I'm thinking of Final Fantasy IV, and you end up traveling to the moon in a spaceship. It's like, they were just like, well, where do you go next? I know, let's travel into the past and fight cavemen riding dinosaurs, and then you come back to the future and take your spaceship to the moon, where you go into the core of the moon. That kind of stuff. They're like, screw your conventions. Yeah, also go underground and fight and help dwarves fight in tanks, and then go into the Tower of Zod and. Or I guess there was two. There's the Tower of Zod. Then you go above ground. There was the tower that had the tower that had the giant. The giant who came out, the robotic giant, and the dwarves came from underground to fight the giant in their tanks. And of course the airships that you got from the medieval castle after you had come back from the moon in a spaceship. It's like, they're just like, whatever, do whatever. We don't care. Oh no, no auto pickup, please. Please, no auto pickup, don't do that to me. Yeah, well, DCSS is a better game, really. pretty much all around. Nethack has this, definitely has the nostalgia factor, and it has the open world-ish type feel to it, because there's a lot more interaction with the dungeon, but it's not, I would say it's fun to do maybe once, but for replay value, definitely DCSS is a lot better. I mean, some people still replay the hell out of Nethack. A lot of people do, in fact. It's just that I would prefer the replay value of DCSS over Nethack pretty much any day. Yeah. Yeah, the Saga series is an interesting series, and I know they made follow-up games, and I think they diverged. There was Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3, which were all pretty closely related. I played a lot of 1 and 2. I never really played 3, but I know it's a pretty well-regarded game. A lot of people thought it was the best in the series. And then I played some on PlayStation, one of the Saga games, and it was sort of vaguely similar in some of the where like the party members were not central to the story type stuff. I know Legend 3 actually had a lot more storytelling in it. I think it had a central cast of characters unlike 1 and 2, but maybe the gameplay and the overall menu RPG was similar, it seemed. Anyway, that was supposed to be a pretty good game, and the Saga games kind of took a different path. And then yeah, there was the adventure series, the Densetsu, as you say, that went into Secret of Mana. Those are two really great games too. Enjoyed those bunch. Final Fantasy Adventure was one of my favorite Game Boy games. That's funny because the only ones that I really liked were Adventure and Mana, and I did play 3. I actually played through the English port of it, and it just wasn't as good of a game to me. It felt like it wasn't doing anything well that Mana hadn't already done. I actually enjoyed Mana a bit more. I didn't really like what they had done with the story. It just felt kind of mushed together and not as... the Mana story, none of those stories in those games were amazing because, again, they were like these weird kind of mashup stories that you just... kind of like anime, nonsensical plot, but, you know, they were what they were, but the Mana, the Densetsu 3 plot, I just didn't end up really caring about. I guess it was a bigger cast of characters, maybe that's why. And the aesthetic was a bit different. Alright. Enough jibber jabber, let's see. So we've got Bag of Holding, Unicorn Horn, Tinning Kit. Yeah, they did one pretty bad follow-up game that was like a new one in the series, I want to say. Or no, I might be confusing the Shining Force series because they also did a follow-up. I think they did some other new game and it wasn't... And then they did a remake of Final Fantasy Adventure on like Game Boy Advance, which might be a more playable version for people. I think I played some of that. Didn't feel quite as fun for some reason, but I'm not sure how faithful it was. I didn't play it all the way through. And again, like my patience for those games is when you're a lot younger, you don't have any other games to play, you're just like, wow, this is incredible. This is the best game I've ever played. Once I got into playing roguelikes, I pretty much didn't want to really play any of the old JRPGs too much because, you know, you're playing kind of like, you know, the strategy just isn't there. It's more for the presentation. The action, the puzzle aspect is pretty repetitive. It's not, the gameplay isn't too deep unless you turn it into some kind of like challenge speedrun or something. Okay. Alright, I think I want to put that on. I think that's most of it. Oh wait. I think that's all the things I need to worry about. Let me just do a quick check for... Oh yes, spells. I should learn, Okay, Wizard Luck is level 2. So I'll have to remember to kind of like, let's see, first take off the boots, the shield. Okay, 61. The helm. Yeah, the Dragon Quest series is one I never really played too much. I've definitely seen people like do speedruns of it, and it's certainly, I can see the appeal of it. It's got a lot of personality, sort of unlike Final Fantasy. Those early Final Fantasy games didn't. Final Fantasy 1 at least was a really great game. I never played the 2 and 3 that were only in Japan. I've heard how weird 2 is, and I've heard that 3 is pretty good. But even Final Fantasy 1 and Dragon Quest 1 maybe would be fair to compare, but some of the later Dragon Quest games definitely had a lot of personality to them. So I can see how people were really big fans of those. Oops. There we go. This is good. Now we have a door. And now things won't just wander in and harass me. And I'll have to just sort of remember to train this. I can go ahead and do this now. It's really annoying to have to... Look about the spell books. Fewer useful spells than I thought. I don't have any of the escape. What is light again? Is light clerical somehow? Light should be divinations, right? Yeah, it is. It's also level 1. Oh, I see. Matter. I was confused as to which school it is, that's why. Alright, good to know. So I should go ahead and learn this as well. Yeah, that's right, it's matter. I was not even reading. There's not too much. Read this. I also need to label these. Alright. Okay, I think we're finally done with all this silliness. Not quite. 90 actually. And we need to get out some teleport. This out. Potion wise, take out a couple of these. They're not gonna. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I had forgotten what school it was. I was thinking that knock was divinations, and then, but knock and lock are both matter. The other one that I'll want is escape. You don't have to get these spells, but it's cool to get them as a rogue. I sort of this I should hold on to. Got love, right? Okay. Alright, down we go. Uh-oh. Good thing I'm still carrying this. Speaking of Final Fantasy IV. This is probably my favorite Super NES Final Fantasy soundtrack. Well, there's only... yeah, I guess there's 5 as well, but... Nope. I fell through a trapdoor, now I'm in the rogue level. Fall through that much. I'll do that in a sec. Yeah, Pesto, I much prefer 5 or 4 to 6 actually. Even though 6 is sort of a better... wow, that is quite a shop. What is this? Oh, it's a food shop. That's not so useful. Guess I'll get some tins. Yeah, I prefer, even though 4 is not as good of a game, it's not nearly as balanced. I prefer 4 is more fun to play for me. Maybe the hard type for 4 is decent. I don't really care for 6's story all that much. 6 is still like a great game and I enjoy playing it, but I didn't... and it has obviously some fantastic music as well, but overall I kind of prefer to play 4. And as far as the later Final Fantasy, 7, I did have fun playing through 7. It's certainly got some great, you know, music in it. It's not... I probably prefer playing 4 to that as well, and I played a bit of, I think it was 9, the one with the dude with the tail. I played a bunch of that. That was a pretty cool one too, but I just sort of got out of playing those games. Rip. No thanks. I can go back and pick up all these food rations at some point later. I don't really... I do have food rations on me, right? Damn it. Oh, that's why. What's that? Trapdoor, huh? Really wish this went around. Didn't see the trapdoor under it. Guess that's my fault. Yeah, pretty much, Pesto. I agree with you. I like that the plot was sort of a direct, simple appeal to, like, you know, your emotions. It was just sort of like, these were the people that were in love. These were the people that were, you know, had angst about unrequited. It wasn't too, you know, it didn't really try to be like, yeah, like I've really never seen a video game that has anything like a plot that I would actually care about, like I might a book. And I kind of prefer it if they just give you more like identifiable characters that you can relate to, not trying to be telling something important. Not taking itself too seriously. Where? Oh, where? Am I downstairs? Yeah, the only problem with 4 is that the American version of the game was just really too easy of a game. I know they remade it for DS, that's where it was. And it was, I think, a lot harder. It's probably a pretty good game in terms of, it's a better game in terms of balance. And 6 had, you know, a lot more going on mechanic-wise, but it has too many game mechanics by far. Like, and that's just sort of what they kept doing, is just adding on more and more stuff. There's only so much depth you can get out of a game, a menu-based RPG, and they kind of need a pretty high level of difficulty, and where that difficulty is kind of interesting. Another game that I thought was pretty cool in that regard was Shining in the Darkness for Genesis. One of those old school menu RPGs with a fairly high difficulty level, and a fairly minimalist plot, but a you know, a good and sort of simple one. Maybe a little bit too minimalist, not as good as 4 in terms of, like, the cool thing about 4 at the time was that nobody was doing games that had uh-oh. Good thing they don't leave corpses. Nobody had done game with that kind of exposition, so that, you know, with that dialogue, that later became the norm. That, or at least that was such a mainstream game at the time when I played it. So that was really cool. And Shining in the Darkness certainly had that, but the main character never talked. There wasn't as much in the way of relationships, and a lot of those older menu RPGs were kind of like that. So it was neat how Final Fantasy IV actually really introduced what is this thing? Okay, could we just get to... I hate the rogue level, I really do. It's so annoying. Every time I get to it, I'm like, can this level be not here? Maybe I missed. Also like how every room is unlit, that's just... oh my god. This is a weird level. Wow, 5 food rations. Hello, that's a lot. Jeez. better if I just dug down, to be honest. This game. Just find the upstairs. Hey. Oh, it has a spell bucket, didn't even. Oh, it's empty. Not that it matters. Huh. Oh, did I miss a door? That's why. Bad. That's my fault. Wow. Gray dragon. Too bad I don't need... This is a pretty cool remix. Whoa. Okay. Do love how those animations take like a long time. It's funny how this throne had like nothing but a ton of really weak enemies and then like 2 full dragons. Oop. Looks like our lamp went out. Maybe I'll get a wish from the throne. White dragon scales. But as we all know, there's only 2 useful set of dragon scales in Nethack Vanilla. Well, it's not exactly true. Yeah, I probably should do that. I know there's the Sparkle is the one, I think. I don't know if I want to turn them all off though. Any no. No gray dragon scales, which would have been cool just to see, but okay. Ooh, a new wand, nice. Well, that's that. Yeah. It's not... It seems like that can happen a lot because, you know, you don't find all that many types of wands in this game. Like, that would be... I'd feel really weird about that if it were magic missile or striking because those are so common. Okay, thank you for this. Yeah, when I said that they're not useful, that's of course totally untrue. I mean, if that's the only, if you find those like early, they're like, that's insanely good AC. And I guess if you're doing a really fast ascension, they'd be good, but that's not what we're doing. But yeah, if you found them nice and early and had enchant armor, you would have really good armor. This is weird. Yeah. Oop. Move the boulder, move it! Why am I moving the boulder when I've got a pickaxe? Don't move the boulder. Tengu. Can't wait until I get polymorph. We're gonna have such fun polymorphing things. Wow, that tile is the same tile that was used in Crawl for clay golems. That's really funny. So many of these tiles are familiar to me. Okay, what's up with this square? Really annoys me, this one square. Wow, that's what it was. Jeez. Give me your strength, hill giant. That leather golem tile is pretty great. I don't know what it is supposed to be, but it is something. Good news is if I see Medusa, I can go do that right away. I guess maybe get a shield of reflection. I forget if I mean, I don't need reflection. I forget if it's more AC or not. Ah, damn it. Okay, this is really... Let there be light. Speaking of games which have really spectacular atmosphere and although are fun, don't have the best design, Symphony of the Night. Way more broken than even Final Fantasy IV. I guess that's maybe not true, but I mean, Final Fantasy IV has a lot of various glitches, but Symphony of the Night has things in it that seem just basically totally intentionally broken. I don't know why I'm lighting this one up. Amaloy, the shield rod is definitely intentionally broken. That's probably one of the biggest ones. I would say the sheer mass of really good items in that game, though, is another factor. The bosses are just... like structurally, the shield rod is one really silly broken item that's easy to get, but the bosses in that game are so relatively trivial, especially as the game goes on. You get so much good equipment and gear that for you to die to them is, aside from I think Galamoth, the optional boss, who of course is totally trivial if you use the cheesy strats as well. Yeah, Chrysogrim, that's a great example. A lot of the mid and late game items are just like, well, I don't really need to worry about dying because I'm invincible. Really cool game though. I mean, just the art and the sound, the music, and just how big it was, how long it was. And the fact that it was like Castlevania, but with that Metroid exploration quality to it. No, I'm looking at this chest. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in this chest, but that's not a chest. That's the back of holding. Well, I would say yes, it's intentionally bad, but I don't think the standards. I feel like the standards for what's good design and bad design in really commercially relevant games are just totally different. Like if anything was like that broken was in Crawl, we would. I mean, and there are things that are really broken that are in Crawl, like, you know, that are really strong, but they're sort of partitioned off in a reasonable way, somewhat. It's just, those games are never, the AAA titles are just never really balanced, like, in terms of, you have a very high chance of not winning this game, like roguelikes are. Or rather, what they're designing, their notion of fun that they're designing around is just, is fundamentally different, which might be your point, but, I think that games that present a real difficulty are, even if they're like the AAA titles, it's not a mandatory design choice, but I think there should be meaningful difficulty is what I'm saying. And to pick Castlevania, that game stopped having meaningful difficulty at some point past, I want to say, the third, fourth boss. And I don't think for a game as long as that was, that's a very good that's a very good design for it. Not having meaningful difficulty is a choice you can make with your game, but it's weird to have a game that does actually have fairly meaningful difficulty for what constitutes, I don't know, 15% of 20% of the game, and then to drop any pretext of it, which is some of the same things we criticize in Crawl, but the scale is so different for Crawl. For Crawl, like, we're talking about going from a, you know, you have a 80%, well, let's say you have a 60 to 80% chance of dying in the early game, going down to like a 20% chance of dying, and there's a discrepancy there, and that's bad. But in Castlevania, it was even more, I think it was even more skewed. Yeah, well, sure, you can get better at it. I died a lot on the early portions, and then once I got good at that, the rest of the game felt like it was a very long, but still really beautiful to look at victory parade. Compare that, okay, if you want to compare it, take a look, Amaloy, at the original Castlevania for NES. That game remained pretty consistently difficult, and I think is much better designed. Those older games, they both had a higher level of meaningful difficulty, and they, I felt, kept it or increased it. I think that's just a better design overall, if you want something that's actually reasonable to compare to. I mean, it's not to say that Symphony needs to be the same design as the originals were, but it seems odd that they made the game so that it was yeah, the percents would be really low, obviously. I'm gonna take a sit. Well, that was useful. Oh, okay. This is the only one you ever played. Yeah, if you go play the original one, some of the original ones, or even if you want on the same system, play Super Castlevania. And that game, you'll see, is 1, a lot harder, and 2, maintains consistent difficulty. I think it just would have been nice if they had kept the difficulty somewhat in scale closer to how it was in the early portions of the game for the later portions of the game. They made it like, and compared to Metroid actually is reasonably similar in difficulty as you gain power-ups, because the monster damage scales well and bosses, you know, can kill you. It's maybe not great, but I feel Metroid does a better job than Soten does, for sure. It is true what you say, though, that designing to have difficulty that's an option that you have. And yeah, you can make a game where it's difficult only in a certain portion and the rest of it is relatively trivial, but I guess if you are going to do that, make a game that's really beautiful to look at and listen to, which Symphony of the Night certainly is. Wow, look at all this stuff. Yeah, it's true. Metroid doesn't have... I mean, you have energy tanks, you have missiles, but getting more missiles, well... There's definitely still even subtle issues with something as simple as like missiles, because you can spam them a lot more against dangerous monsters. Wow, am I wielding my... I did not think I was. But yeah, you're right. The leveling mechanics were not really present in the same way. I'm so confused right now. What is happening to me? Guess I should put back on slow digestion. In my last game, the one where I died choking on the Tengu, kind of because it was a test run anyway, but I was wearing slow digestion so much that it was really difficult to eat corpses to get intrinsics, which was sort of annoying. So you kind of have to remember to maybe to like take it off if you get satiated, so that if you stumble upon something you want to eat, you can do that. I think I have See Invisible, but I'm not 100% sure. Nurse. I could use the max HP increase. Can I lure her back? Is she gonna follow? Or no? Maybe I can avoid and... Oh, she might have teleported. Okay, that's a lodestone. Do I even have my... I do have Remove Curse, but it's not... I should have thought to bring that with me, but I didn't. Oh, okay. Now I'm in another throne room. Normally I'd like to... It's interesting. Oh wow, it's a barracks as well. Okay, good. Trolls are a real pain. Because they revive. There's Nurse. But I want to basically finish the rest of the level and kill the main set of monsters. Oh, he came out of the statue. It's like, where did my statue go? So Medusa's level should be very, very soon. And with... Oh. Maybe there is no barrack. Maybe it's just... Okay. Once we clear out this throne room, we can think about... Oh, here we go. I knew there had to be another... Oh, this is a tiny one. So the intrinsic stealth is cool because monsters don't wake up. It makes zoos, unless something happens that makes noise, it makes it so that you can just, oh boy. Oh, I never checked the smoky potions. That was something that I was gonna do. What were those again? Smoky is gain ability. God damn it. Oh, actually, that's not so bad. Huh. Well, it's not so bad until I get full int. At least I'll be able to like drink 4 of them ish. Okay, there she goes. She's healing me now. That's why I'm getting I hope you don't mind message. There's my max HP. Got increased by 1. Might want to take out... I can engrave with a wand of digging. That's fine. Takes a while to get this max increase, and you're sitting here and you're very vulnerable, which is not great. But if I absolutely have to... Actually, I wonder if she probably wouldn't do this if I had Elbreth engraved. Let's see, I've already gained about 6 hit points. She's going to teleport away pretty soon. I think the chance to gain more HP... I don't know. Eventually something's going to wander in here and put an end to this. Speaking of that... Oops. I'm worried it has too few charges. And I just wasted one. Oh, maybe... No. I don't know. Okay, good. Really should get an engraving spot. That would have been really smart to do. It was stupid of me. I'm waiting for her to teleport away, but I could get... God knows what else will come around the corner. Wow, she is not teleporting away. It's unusual. Yeah, go ahead and take out digging. Gained 20 hit points so far. This is the most I've ever seen gained in a single session. Not sure when I'm going to cut this off, but I've got to eventually. Oh. There she goes. That's enough for one session. That was... quite a hit point gain. want to say this is like that Castlevania for Genesis, maybe? Castlevania X or something? I've heard this a lot. Yeah, it's pretty tedious to do that, and oh, my chances are really high. Basically, the only way I'm gonna screw it. Well, I'd say they're really high. This character is could ascend basically very shortly after they did quest. But what could make the difference is if I just screw it up, like, and get it. The only thing that's going to stop me is basically getting insta kill, where I'm going to forget something. God damn it. That was really bad. Oh shit. Man. Welp. I just diluted a bunch of potions and ruined some spellbooks. I hate this game in deep water. Didn't lose all that much AC, but I just diluted a bunch of good scrolls and potions, which is unfortunate. Didn't lose my 6 blessed identify. I shouldn't be carrying all this around. Lucky I didn't lose those. I need to get a tin of grease so I can grease this stuff. It's really unfortunate. Don't know what all I lost too much. I still have my teleport. That's good. That's probably one of the most important things I could possibly have. And I still have a remove curse, although I lost some of the other one that I had. So easy to happen. It's so dumb how this game doesn't have a prompt for moving into water, because it's like so bad to do so. Let's see. Also, I'm burdened. That's not good at all. Might be able to go do Medusa's level, maybe, if I get there. On to sleep. Not gonna bother picking those up for right now. Another water level, jeez. Those are the worst. Yeah, it's a cereal vault of... I guess it can have eels and stuff, maybe? Oh, what is that? Is that a Nazgul? Yeah, it is. Huh. In Sporkhack, Nazgul are really nasty. No, it's just they're bad because there's nothing to prevent you from moving into the water. And so it's really easy to... that Ring of Invisibility is another Tolkien reference there for... So the Nazgul have a Ring of Invisibility, like, you know, them having the Ring of Power. Just because there's nothing in the UI to prevent you from moving into water, so you move right into it and then it dilutes your potions and scrolls that are in your inventory unless you have them appropriately protected. Fortunately, I don't have a tin of grease, so I can't protect them. Okay, this is Medusa. Oh, there's a Titan. These can be pretty nasty. Basically gonna Okay, he did. Yep, it's invisible, but I have C invisible, so it's no big deal. Yep, good. It's always good. Oh god, gremlins, that's the worst. You jerk off. What the hell? Okay. Of course, the one time when I have a friggin' potion out, I'm like so religious about putting the potions away. And of course, I hit a magic trap that erupts in flame. What else would happen, right? So I need to find the... It's not map rot, it's the level... This room is unlit. This is when it would be very good to have a magic map. Where is the damn door? There it is. Okay, I don't really remember now how to deal with eels. Actually, I need to read up really quick. Oh yeah. Figures. My fault. Sleep. And wands, I guess. Oh, right. Yeah, I think I vaguely recall that now that you mention it. I did not know that you could read Blessed Earth and turn it into land. That is actually pretty cool. That, I don't think I ever knew that ever. Fun. Oh, looks like I only lost one of my spellbooks. That's good. Let's put on levitation. Trying to think of the ways that I dealt with these guys. I wonder if it was with mostly missiles. Maybe it was a bit with pole arms, I don't know. His magic missile does not damage them too much. Easy way would be to blast genocide semicolon. That would be a very easy way to deal with this. I don't actually have genocide, and I don't have a magic marker, and I don't have a wish. Yeah, good way to get rid of all the MM mons. Unfortunately, I don't know how much more I have on me. Yeah, I just got striking. It says that MC3 helps, I guess, with their drowning. Unfortunately, I don't have... I've got intrinsic protection, and I've got an elven cloak, so I think I'm just MC1, unfortunately. I guess Elbreth would actually be a pretty good take with these guys, right? I could engrave Elbreth, and if I can get into that doorway at least, I could do that. That might work out pretty well, let's see. Well, that won't work here, because it's not adjacent to water. Damn it. I think their elven cloaks are MC1. It says that the attack, something I was reading says it actually affects their chance to grab you. That could be wrong, I guess. Elven. Oh, maybe that is a change in 360. Yes, that very well could be the case, because this is updated for 360. That might be my confusion. Yeah, I had thought that Elven Cloaks were stronger too. And then I was reading, oh, it's only MC1. So maybe that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it. I definitely agree about that. It's unwise. Okay. grave. They won't actually move. Okay, so this will work. Basically just engrave Elbereth. Get these idiots over here. Working so far. Just got a couple more. Well, a couple more in my vicinity. I guess a couple more pretty much period. That's good. Come on, Mr. Eel, please. Nice. Come on. You know you want to come over here. That's right. I'm right here. Oh, come on. Just one. Mr. Eel, please. This is the troll eel. There we go. Alright. That looks like that worked. Elbereth inscription, and I don't see any more eels on the level. Make sure I'm still... to adjust this. Wand of digging, how appropriate. Poor Mr. Eaton or Hill Giant or whatever that is. Stuck all on that little island. I want to make a movement mistake here and fall into the friggin' water and dilute all my crap. God, chump boots, that would be really awful. Oh look, Mumak. Let's go kill the Mumak. Oh my god. What did I take off? Old scary Medusa. I have on reflection. I'm invisible, so she's not going to be able to see me. I'm going to have to whack her. Oh, yeah, I guess that's what I just killed. I noticed that that always seemed to be there. I got this one, No, I didn't get this one the last... Well, I might have got this one the last time, actually. Edged helmet. Yeah, that Quaddle, or however you pronounce that, was the angelic monster. Those are like in... Yeah, an Archon would be super fun to get in that closet. Where better to do identification? Right before you fight Medusa. Best spot ever. It's like, think Seraph, Nils. It'd be kind of like going into... You could kind of think of this as like going into a layer branch end and fighting a Seraph. That's what it would be sort of analogous to. They're like one of the nastiest monsters in the game. They have a stunning attack that like procs every turn. They summon monsters. Probably the worst thing that it does is summoning monsters, in addition to having a very high attack, actually. A pretty significant melee attack. The summoning the monsters, though, just puts them in another tier of awfulness, because summoning monsters in Nethack, they're permanent summons. So every time a monster summons, that monster is there until you kill it, and they can just keep doing it and filling the level, you know, however much. I've definitely had games that got just crazy summoners that just filled up just full of summons. But the stunning attack definitely doesn't help. That means you gotta fight it blindfolded to avoid being stunned, and then you've gotta... This guy could take down an Archon. It would do pretty good damage to him, but he could survive it, especially with daggers. But needless to say, I wouldn't really care to fight one right now. Okay. Book of Healing, Potion of Oil. Oh, there's all that. Scare monster. Okay, now I guess I'm gonna whack Medusa to death. There she is. Oh, she had gained level. She just hit me again, and that's the end of Medusa. This is a guaranteed silver mirror, I want to say. Or, yeah, Mirror of Reflection, which would be... I actually got my Source of Reflection my last game from this because I didn't have the amulet. Oh, levitation boots. Yeah, I guess he's not guaranteed to have it. I already have a pair of levitation boots, but they are magic boots. Oh, I didn't bless my luck stone? That was dumb of me. What the hell was I doing? I'm a fool! 2 potions of water, potion of holy water. I think I'm actually going to... Okay, I cannot carry too much more. So this next level might be the maze level. There might be a... I forget how deep it can go, but this is either castle or there's a maze level and then castle. Looks like... Okay, this is the maze level. There's the Minotaur. The Minotaur. Yeah, I've had a Mastermind Flayer, I think from a Polymorph trap, and I killed it. And then another just Mind Flayer on my stash level. I think it just generated. Yeah, I have telepathy. And I just put on a blindfold. I don't have extrinsic, but it's intrinsic. So I can see the Minotaur. This is the maze level, and that means the next level is the castle level. Now this would be a good level to get magic map actually. I don't have one on me. But I can dig through it. It's just some things, extrinsic things are basically when you can have that property through a piece of equipment. Intrinsic is it's innate. Often though the effects behave differently based on whether you've gotten them extrinsically or intrinsically. When I'm calling intrinsic telepathy might be yeah, I think it's called telepathy still. From Amulet of ESP will give you extrinsic, I think it's called telepathy, which means that in a passive area around you, in an area around you, you'll get to see monsters through walls, as opposed to intrinsic, which only works when you're blind. So if it's intrinsic, you can see, and it has no range limitation. But it means you have to walk around blind, which means you can't detect items on the ground. It only shows you what monsters are. And you also don't... well, this level is totally unlit, but if it were lit, you wouldn't be seeing the walls. You would, as you were exploring. This is where it would be really nice to have a lamp. So basically, I just want to be a little bit... I can dig through here. Where did he go? Oh. I just want to be a little bit aware of when I get close to the Minotaur, so that I have... where is Mr. Minotaur? Whoopsie, okay, that would have taken me down to the castle. So I can just sort of get vaguely close and only problem is if I could put... First, let's see what these things are. Elven Kings. Oh, nice. See if we can get the pickaxe out without being burdened. I do not want to fight. Probably not. Oh, yep, I lucked out. So this level, it turns out that I can dig, so that means that the just can carry precious little additional stuff. Those are some kind of magical gloves, I think. Okay, yeah, he's right there. He's awake now. Oh, there is a mind flare. That's two enemies that I don't. Okay, I think he can get through to me now. Huh, he's not coming after me. Oh, he can't really see. Alright, that's the Minotaur down. Oh, there's a wall, that's why. Yeah, they're pretty strong because what happens, Nils, is as you train the skill, you throw up to 4 at once. I think on average like 2.5. And if you start out, I think you only throw 1, and then you get it to basic, and you throw like 1 to 2. Then you get it to skilled, or 2 to 3, or 1 to 3, and then expert. It's like 2 to 4. Maybe it's only 1 to 4. And if you enchant them to +7, these are totally unenchanted and in fact rusty. And they each do like, what do they do, 1d3? And monsters, you know, kind of like in Crawl, don't have a lot of hit points. So you can do quite a lot of damage. Monsters probably have less hit points than even in Crawl, I want to say. Our only real concern here is this Mind Flayer. Also this guy will make himself a Newton. I just want to kill the Mind Flayer with ranged. You know what, Mr. Elf, I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong place. Got him before he managed to eat me. And he was Mind Flayer Corpse. Nice. Got an int bonus. Those have a chance of increasing your int. That was a little bit risky the way I did that, but... Mind Flayers, they don't eat you, they eat your brains, so to speak. What that means, if they have like an attack that works if you're adjacent, that will make you forget identification and forget spells memorized and forget maps, the levels you've mapped. So it'll be like you go back to the level and you don't remember any of the layout. And like I said, you'll forget identification, so you gotta read ID things, you gotta relearn spells. It is a huge pain in the ass. They also I think they lower your int, and they can kill you if you become brainless. I think if you become 0 stat, you die, I want to say. It's been a while since I've looked that up. So basically, you want to kill them at range. My daggers are not particularly... Yeah, Mind Flayers they are not to be... Now my big problem here is I've got to get... Is there anything about where the Minotaur is and the stairs by any chance? Because I did not bring Magic Map. Yeah, that's a trap. So is that. Yeah, if you get to 0 int, you just die. Don't want to go mapping this whole damn level, of course. Really should have thought to bring Magic Map. Of course, the only thing I'm going to do is find the... The only thing I'm going to do is find, find Castle, but that's kind of what I'm doing. Any, what was that? Oh. Oh. I really needed Magic Map because this is going to be a huge pain in the ass. Hate it when these levels are unlit because it really... I wonder if they're always unlit. Oh, there we go. We found it. We lucked out. Okay, so this is Castle. There is the 2 barracks. There's the... Oh, there's a Minotaur. How nice. Here are the dragons at the back. Here are the 4 towers. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these has a Wand of Wishing. There's a Lich in there. He's just an ordinary Lich. I got a black dragon. Those are the ones that can disintegrate you. They're the scariest ones, pretty much. But I've got, I don't have I forget if I have disintegration resistance or not. But I've got reflection, so I should be fine. But yeah, I see, 2 liches, 3 liches. Sorry, I did not even count them all properly. 3 liches, that's fun. The skull guys are liches. This is a Zorn, which doesn't really do much. He phases through walls. These are these disenchanters? Is that what this is? Yes, man, that's shitty. That's really shitty. 2 disenchanters. Well, actually, I have the daggers for those, and the daggers, as it turns out, are not enchanted, so they can't do much to those. I guess, is that a shark? That is a shark. That's a great tile. I'm looking at that, I'm like, there's some weird beaver thing. I think that's actually supposed to be a shark. I like that there's a minotaur. I don't know if that's always the case or I just forgot about it. So yeah, with the drawbridge, I'll probably just use Wand of Striking and knock it down. I often like to come in through the back and just deal with the dragons and then kill stuff through here. Yeah, because you can't see it yet because I haven't mapped it. Yeah, I haven't, I forget what all those are. I'm sure there's some guaranteed glitches. I see 2 Zorns. Looks like just maybe a hill giant. This might be a storm giant? Frost giant, right, of course. And then yeah, 2 barracks. These guys could have some nasty wands, but again, I have reflection, so wands really can't do anything to me at all. Freaking trolls are annoying as hell because they revive unless you... I can use a tinning kit though. That's one cool thing about a tinning kit is you can just tin their corpse in like a turn and then it turns it into a tin so that they don't revive, because trolls in this game, they just keep reviving unless you eat their corpse or otherwise destroy their corpse. And one way to do that is with making a tin. So probably what I'm going to do though is do the quest first, because the quest is kind of just easier than castle, and I will come back with half physical damage. And below this level is the Valley of the Dead, which is, you know, basically the gateway to endgame. My character is human. The only choices for rogue are human and orc. Yeah, Pesto, this is the castle level. This is kind of like the most epic level in... You can kind of think of the castle, if you want to, as sort of like Vaults 5 and Crawl, if you're familiar with that game. It is somewhat similar to that in a lot of ways. There's not really quite an equivalent to Zot 5 in Nethack, I would say. The Astral Plane is definitely the equivalent level, but it is not nearly as... Overall, it's kind of not as dangerous. Not that Zot 5 is really that dangerous, but by the time you get to the Astral Plane, your character is so strong that you can screw up the Astral Plane, but that's pretty much on you if you do that. Got a 10. Okay, it's just a helicopter. Yeah, I'm satiated. Oh, really? Oh, it must be... Where is it? It's blocked. Who dares? Oh, Mr. Alex. Elven Shield? Are Elven Shields magical? I think they are. I think you can polypile them. Yeah, I've done that wish before as well. And yeah, that's probably a pretty good way to clear out hordes of angels. They're mostly, you know, just annoyances. They can't really... They have like a lot of magic missile and stuff. They can't really do much to you though. Really should have been picking up all these various... you can wield that and it will stone monsters. It will insta-kill them, turn them to stone, and very, very few monsters have stoning resistance. So now we're gonna return. Oh god. That's really funny. I'll go for it. Blessed is so that it doesn't get cursed. If something curses your wielded weapon, it won't. It's one more. Oh yeah, right. That's a good point too. It does last longer too. And partially eaten is so that it weighs less. So you won't be burdened because you don't. Things that are partially eaten have lower weight. Yeah, and Cicatrice too, I guess. Not Cockatrice. Cockatrice is the full-grown version, but the Cicatrice doesn't have the Cicatrice does not have, like, I think the same dangerous attacks in terms of it being able to stone you. I forget the details, but its corpse has the same effect. Like, it's fatal to touch if you don't have gloves, and fatal to eat, etc., etc., etc. So for the purpose, and if you wield it, you know, if you're hit by the corpse. Yeah, the difficulty in Nethack is, I mean, there is strategy to the combat, but you've got so many spoilery things that you, oh, hey, here's, this is aligned, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Not that I really need to do this. In fact, I pretty much don't need to do it. Can these? Oh yeah, he can. Well. Can you... Whatever. Too much for these daggers, man. I'm gonna need some more daggers. Well, there's strategy. I was saying there's strategy to the game and to fighting, definitely, but it's a lot less deep than Crawls, I would say, overall. But it boils down to some of the same principles of fighting in hallways. It's just the spoilery aspects are... Oh. Wait. Oh, this must be a chameleon, I think. Probably. That's weird. Yeah, it must be. Get out of here, doggy. Oh, maybe, yeah. I dropped that scroll of scare monster and that was a mistake. Yeah, stashing and inventory management. Anything else that I need to ID? Well, how much of it you do is up to you. No, don't take it out. How much treasure hunting you do is definitely up to you. You can do more of it or you can do less. Like if you want, you know, spells, or if you want to mess around with endgame crap, or various endgame crap, like, you know, all the different mechanics. Really need another chest here. I'm trying to think, what else is it that I had to do? What is this tin? No. Probably don't need to pick up too much more food. What did this guy need to do? Probably he needs to prepare to do quest. He's just at the right level where he can do it. Haven't gotten away to polymorph yet. There's full healing, that's a good one to grab. I'll actually grab the diluted one. I want to make sure I have sleep for the Master Assassin. Do I have another one of sleep? Actually, there was one that I left back there, I think. Maybe charges do I have with mine? 6, it's probably enough. Well, only thing that we're really going to need for the quest is probably a good idea to get Blue Curse just in case. These identified scrolls, scare monster. I'm gonna bless this scare monster scroll. We've got 6 telly, that's good. I'm gonna take, let's say 4 of those. Probably not gonna need that many, I hope not. I'm gonna take the blessed one as well. So for the tele scrolls, that will give me level teleport so I can get out of the quest level. I will have to use my unicorn horn to confuse myself, which I've got one cursed. Trying to think, is there anything else I need? I've got some full healing, I've got a holy water as a backup. Oh, these. go. I think that'll pretty much do it. We're probably ready to just go ahead and do quests. One thing that would be nice, maybe if I could get magic mapping, but as it turns out, I don't have magic map. Yeah, it's very puzzly. Let me go ahead and train up. Oh yeah. There, I just used that. Now I'm trained up in matter. Now the next would be divinations. What do we got as far as... Okay, so we've lost a couple AC, mostly due to our cloak getting burned. Do I have another elven cloak in here? No, it's an elven shield. These other ones are sort of basically getting saved for polypiling purposes, really. I think Dwarven is Mithril magical, or... I don't want to do super a lot of polypiling, but it would be cool to do some to get some of the endgame stuff. You know, a more experienced player would do less juggling, and they would be better at using they would be better at just using what, you know, they got in the dungeon, and they could ascend much more quickly. This is sort of both for streaming purposes to show people all the different stuff that's in the game. And because I don't have all that knowledge kind of swapped in. One thing before I go do quest. Crap, I'm probably gonna have to take out every single wand because of this stupid... Might just keep one with me. Oops. Great. God damn, this is really the worst. This stupid thing where you run out of keys. This is like the absolute worst. Oh my god, I really need to like find a better... I just need to put in the wands that I want to keep, I guess. It's really dumb. But that's what you gotta do. You need to put wands in like their own chest or something, maybe. So we've got a sleep, we've got dig, create monster, 2 lightning, another dig, tele and striking. That's pretty good. Yeah, this one does not have mouse support. I think the console one doesn't have this issue because it will re-letter the entries, which would be fine, but this is kind of dumb. Nice. Oh, hey. Okay, so we're actually good. Is it one level up? Yeah. Yep. Now we gotta find the... Did I find it already? I want to say I did, maybe. Nope. Guess not. Gotta find the quest entrance now. There it is. Hellhound. There's a lot of chameleons on this level. That's the those thugs there are the peaceful retinue of the what's he named? The King of Thieves or something? Master of Thieves. He's the guy I gotta go talk to get entrance to the quest. And then there's a ton of where you see these mimics are where there are fake downstairs. One of them is like the real downstairs to the next portion of the quest, but I need his permission first. And there's not as many. I had one that was really nasty. There were just like epic monsters all over the place. This is actually not too bad. Yes, there we go. Master Lich, he just polymorphed. That was an actual Jabberwock though. But the chameleons are like shapeshifters in Crawl. They will turn into potentially anything. And Master Lich is one of the worst monsters in the game. I'm sorry, Arc Lich. God damn it. Yeah, home one is like, this is a branch and it's that's your level. It's the first level. And it's kind of like in Crawl how they increase in depth. So you get a ton of gold from all the leprechauns here, also a ton of potions of object detection. Watch out for the water. Still good to kill, although now they can't tell. This is a no teleport level, so those nymphs and leprechauns are a lot less troublesome. Oops. Come on now. Okay, the entrance is right, like here. Yeah. Oh, this guy's peaceful. I don't want to. It's an alignment hit if I hit him. They're easy to kill, I think. But... And here he is. Well, look who it is, boys. Gamma Funk has come home. You seem to have fallen behind in your dues. I should kill you as an example to these other worthless cut purses, but I have a better plan. If you are ready, maybe you could work off your back dues by performing a little job for me. Let us see if you're ready. Now he's going to check my XL and alignment. Will everyone not going to retrieve the Master Key of Thievery from that jerk, the Master Assassin, take one step backwards? Good choice, Gamma Funk, because I was going to send you anyway. My other thugs are too valuable to me. Wow, this guy is really with the heavy dunks. I mean, this guy is the dunk master. Here's the deal. I want the Master Key of Thievery. The Master Assassin has the Master Key of Thievery. I can't even say it. You're going to get the Master Key of Thievery. This guy believes in repetition, and bring it back to me. So simple an assignment, even you can understand it. God, this guy is just brutal. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, in comparison though, think Crawl Monster Speech. It's of a similar level of quality. Some of it's not as bad. It's sort of written in a really archaic, you know, kind of like old English sort of epic Arthurian, like for the Knight's Quest, and it's fine, but this is just what somebody wrote. I haven't read all the text for it. So anyway, all he's done, that's him. Inside every living person is a dead person trying to get out, and I have your key. Would you like a scar necklace? I'm just the jeweler to do it. May Coast curse you with lead fingers. Get going. There's the SOB. Maybe I should call up somebody else. Well, it's pretty unimportant in this game too. You don't... the only thing that he does is give you access to take the stairs. Oh, can you get into that chest, Best Gamer? Oh, okay. That's cool to know. I didn't know that. Damn it. God damn it, get out of my way, you jerk off. Can you chat to these guys? Careful what you steal. I hear the boss is perfect turning rocks into... Yes, his incredible valuables of a food ration, potion of booze, healing, and a scroll of teleportation. Fritz tried to join the other side now. He's hellhound. Yeah. I know this music. Ideally, I would have magic map for this stupid annoying maze, but... So that one was a mimic, it wasn't the actual stairs. Got a ring, maybe it was teleport control. So if I do read teleport while confused, I'll get a level port, but it will be uncontrolled, but that'll be okay because... Wait, do I have that? Oh, I should. How did I get ID? Nice. I don't really need detect monsters though, that's why. Could be looking at the map, but I'm not. And that's not it either. Looks like that was another chameleon. Also not. Okay, we tried at top, so I guess it's at the bottom. Just bad luck. Oh, I could have looked at I could have looked at my blindfold. It would have told me as well, I guess. That would have been smart. Is this the bottom of the level? Yes, it is. Okay. So I think it's actually not over here. I think it's over in more central. It's a poly trap, but I've got a magic resistance, so it doesn't affect me. Oh, that's why, landmine. That's a landmine. You can use those to protect, like, your stash, but I'm not gonna mess with that. So finally we found the stairs. Now these levels do allow teleports, so gotta be a little bit more careful. But they're pretty just conventional levels. They're what they look like, what each quest looks like differs for each quest. Like these are filler levels. There's going to be another level that's like a big kind of open level with just some monsters. It's not much to write home about. Then there's going to be another filler level like this one, and then there's going to be the level with the Master Assassin. This level is basically like a conventional dungeon level. The other filler levels are kind of a lot different in the other quests. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was... Yeah, there's a lot of Guardian Nagas. Still a lot of Leprechauns. And a lot of Nymphs. Leprechauns don't really do anything other than potentially use a scroll and steal your gold. Unless they happen to have, you know, a scroll or a wand or something. Oh wow, unicorn. Yeah, he got my gold there. I can track him down. Again, using telepathy and see where he is. It's a pain to walk around with telepathy in terms of exploring the level. Okay, this is a different one. Yeah. Sometimes I fail to be too religious about that because, you know, it's easy to be lazy. The only thing you use gold for is if I lose my protection, I'll need to buy it again. If I do something stupid and lose it. And protection is a huge source of AC. It's also a source of, at least for the time being, it's a source of magic cancel. Well, I don't need it. I guess if Elven Cloaks are MC3, then that's not the case. But you do want the AC from protection. It's really good. Oops. Okay. But truth be told, the amount that I've got is not really enough to rebuy it at my Excel. But if I do Fort Ludios, which I might be able to. I don't know where our friend went to. Nice. Then you'll have like definitely all the gold you'll need. Is he? Did I kill him or something? Or God, that was really annoying. How I? Oh man, lost even more AC. It's easy to lose like AC gradually. Look around for the one that's basically wasting time by just fighting all these monsters, which are respawns. I'm looking for the one that was moving. Guess it's not that important. What is this? Oh, wand of digging, yeah. This is that level. So you get a little message that you're getting nearer because this is like the... There's a lot of these Nagas. This stage of the game, they can't do too much damage to you. This is an arc lich. He teleported to the stairs. I think it's a chameleon. Yeah, or it was a chameleon, so he eventually buzzed off. Should really go over and kill this chameleon. These guys are... Oops. Gotta be careful about this. This is why they're such a pain. Probably could just not pick up gold at this point, I guess, and worry about collecting it. Silver arrows. Okay, that's a tooled horn. I don't think that's magic, but you can polypilot. Yeah, no big deal. Again, I don't super need. Don't even need to do anything but actually go down. I'm just sort of looting this place because there will be, you know, random, basically random floor loot. Nothing too special though. That's a new scroll type. Looking for something like a scroll of recharging, because that's going to be important when I get the wand of wishing. I thought I had one, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, and the leprechauns have things like potions of full healing. They'll have random potions, so they're kind of worth your while to stone to flesh. Ooh, and an amulet. Here's another filler level. Another chameleon. The chameleons are probably the most dangerous things in this quest because they can turn into anything. They're actually pretty scary. Oops, I forgot to put in my gold. Could just get all this gold on the way out, would be pretty sensible to do. Nice. There's spinach. Gives you a lot of satiation and increases my max strength. Okay. So this should be the level with the Master Thief. Oh no, there's another filler level, okay. I think it can vary between 1 and 2 filler levels. I forget, is this stiletto or anything? Nope. Damn, too bad. But this is handy. Now I have light. It's not a magic lamp, so no wish, but okay. Oh, is it cursed? That's weird. So the only reason you have to do any extra exploration like what I'm doing is if you want any of the loot. And you can see it's mostly just a bunch of random skulls and such that might fill in skulls and potions that you're looking for, but otherwise they're not going to be anything fantastic. This should be, I think. Maybe there can be 1 and 3. Yeah. Alright, so this is the level with the master assassin, and I can't get to him from here. The level is designed so that there's no way you can't teleport and you can't dig through these walls. The walls are undiggable, so you have to actually randomly come through from the level I just came from. I'm going to explore this little area. Oh good, a shirt. I might have one on. No, that was probably a different game. Shirt I can enchant up, and yeah, I'm also getting a bunch of random rings. The only one I'm really looking for is teleport control, but hopefully I got one. This Hawaiian shirt is nice, because if I get a bunch of enchant armor, I can enchant it. And you kind of have to know... Oh, Jesus. That was nasty. Got the disenchanter. Oops. Blast of acid from the dragon. Ooh. There we go. Oh, nice. This arc glitch is... What is this thing now? It's actually, I think, just a chameleon, but... I don't know where he... went off to. Is he alive somewhere, or? I don't know what he was about. He was a chameleon, I'm pretty sure. Don't know exactly what happened there, though. So there's a bit more I can go through. I have to look at the map of the level. This is at the top. Probably should just look at the map so I can see. It's only so I can sort of loot this one area. There's basically 4 sections that are each inaccessible from the other. Let me go ahead and look up the map. This is the last main area. So this is pretty much all of this one area that can be accessed from here. Now I have to go back up. Oh, hey, you drop scales. Oh, and another great monster. My AC is definitely dropped a bit from 18, but it's nothing too bad. There are going to be a bunch of... Oh hey, that's where he went to. God damn it. Yeah, that's the chameleon. I think he just teleported himself to the upstairs because that's what arcliches do, but then he finally morphed back into... I can just go take out that chameleon so I don't have to deal with him turning himself back into an arclich. There, he died. Okay, I want to take out sleep. Drop some of this other stuff that's not doing me much good. And there we go. Okay. This is not the right section. I'm gonna have to level port out, but I'm first gonna have to like kill these monsters. Polymorph control. This is the other kind of section here. Well, now I've got to get out of here and go try again. These are almost certainly uncursed, so I'm going to start with this. go. There we go, now we're confused. Alright. Ah. Stupid. I got back my helm, not that it matters all that much because it's not actually giving me any AC, but it is a hard hat. Oh, there's a level over here. Forget if those pits will take you to the same place, so I'm going to zap in a new spot. Okay, this is the area. So now we are in there's the Master Thief. You can see the Master Assassin. You can see the little ninja looking guy. So he disappeared and went back to the stairs. What I'm going to do now is just keep whacking him and making him go away. Oh good, this guy didn't leave a corpse. Clear out some of these enemies. He's going to keep teleporting back as he takes damage, so to kill him I've just got to zap him with the sleep wand when he appears. He's giving me flavor text. I'm hitting him. There he goes, he died. So he got hit with Wand of Sleep and that put him to sleep. And I don't think you actually have the you can have the choice to do that, Nils. It just puts the flavor text there, and I don't think you can do anything with it, to my knowledge. Yeah, I don't think so. So I put him to sleep and then I hit him and he couldn't teleport back. What they all do is they will teleport to the stairs and heal up and then teleport back. And it doesn't take them long to heal. This is a really easy quest overall, I would say. They all pretty much are. The quest for the monk is actually really hard because the boss is really pretty dangerous. The samurai quest is supposedly somewhat hard for the boss. Now he's dead. Silver Bell is the Bell of Opening, and then there's the Master Key of Thievery. At once you realize why the Master Assassin was willing to die to keep it out of the Master Thief's hands. Somehow you know you must do likewise. So the story is supposed to be he was tasked by the Master of Thieves to get the key, but didn't want the Master of Thieves to have it because the Master of Thieves, that guy that you talk to, is untrustworthy. And that's kind of the flavor. As you go back and talk to him, he's like, well, how about I get a cut of whatever loot you find and you keep the key? And then if you talk to him again, he has, I'll show you the text, but it's like, it's sort of, so I'm going to name this bell of, there's only one silver bell, but whatever. So there's one other section that I haven't been to. I'm not going to bother looting it. I'm just going to kill the guys that are here. The Master Key is giving me a bunch of things. It's giving me MR, which I already had. You can see the question marks. It's giving me warning. It gives me the half physical damage, which is the biggest thing. I think it gives me something else too. I forget. Wow, this one is... Gain level. Gain level are pretty valuable. I can curse those and make them into curse potions of gain level, which is nice for the Ascension, because it's the only way to sort of get a teleport. Oh, does it give you teleport control? That's really good. That's good, because I have not been... Now I can eat that Tengu Tin and get innate teleport control and teleportitis. That's a handy one. So now I'm just going to do the same thing and use cursed. What I did with the unicorn horn was to keep using it until it confuses me. You want it, it's a risky way to get confusion, and it's not a way to get it in an instant. If you want to level port instantaneously without any weird confusion junk, you just use a cursed Scroll of Teleport, and that will level port you. And if you have teleport control, you'll get a choice of where to go. But if you read a normal Scroll of Teleport while confused, you'll level port. And since I was any level that it took me to, it won't take you out of the branch whenever you level port. Modulo the way it works with Gehenna, or Gehenna, as where you can sort of go up and it will stop you at the Valley of the Dead, and then you can go up again. Yeah, I've never actually wished for a quest artifact before. Half physical damage is pretty sick. Like, this guy could probably ascend with his AC right now because of that. But I keep using that until it gets confused. A sort of a safer way is if you have a forgotten spell that you can actually cast. No, I know you can't wish for your class's quest artifact. I meant I've never wished for any quest artifact at all, period. Like, I've never been, you know, a rogue and wished for the Platinum Yandorian Express card. Yeah, you can even, if you just want something like the passive, like the half physical damage, you can do something like put on opposite alignment and then wish for it. Wish for the, assuming you're not a rogue, and wish for the key, and then get it, and then like pick it up and to get it in inventory, and then take off the helm to go back to your alignment. And then you can't use any of the actives of it. But I think you get all the passive effects, and you can't drop it. Or if you drop it, you won't be able to pick it up again until you switch alignment again. You can do weird stuff like that, but I don't really bother. So if you do use the unicorn horn for, yeah, and I don't really do conduct runs of Nethack. I'm not super interested. Nethack is already annoying enough just winning it normally. There are some interesting challenges that people pull off doing conducts, but it's just not. I'm not into it. So if you do the confusion with the unicorn horn thing, you want to make sure that you have a blessed one, because it can give you like illness and nasty stuff like that. Like right there. Uh-oh. There we go. So let's say 1. There, we did it. We went to 1. So if you have teleport control and you do it while confused, there's the chance that we'll be uncontrolled, but it's a pretty low chance. It's not that low, but it might be like 20. I think it's like 20%, and then otherwise you'll get to choose the level. And if you do the curse teleport, it's always successful. So that's another way in which that one is better. So I should eat the corpse of one of these leprechauns when I get the chance. Yeah, so it is based on how many that you've gotten, and it's easy to run into that problem because if you make sacrifices, you'll get. Okay, there, I just got teleportitis, which is fine because I have teleport control. So now that here's. Do these guys see anything? Well, I'll be damned, you got it. I'm proud of you. A fine robber you turned out to be. And then he goes on about how he wants a cut of the loot. And then gives you some vague threat. And then if you chat to him, he says, I guess he always says the same thing. Yep. Okay, there we are, done with the quest. Oh, hey. Don't want to drop Scare monster. And screw it up. Scare monster will degrade into uncursed, and then I forget exactly how the degrading works, but it basically, since it's a scroll that you put on the ground to scare monsters, it sort of degrades each time, so you don't want to just go dropping it and picking it back up for no reason. So silver, the bell of opening I can't put in a container. Guess I can put it in this little closet. And the master key will stay just in my main inventory. And so the next thing to do after this is, well, let's do some quick rounds of identify. So fortunately, we didn't get any new really good spell books. Hey, there's that orange potion again. Fubi Blech. No more gain abilities. Bunch of full healing I remember, but I already had some of those. Kinda really need to go get another chest. I might just go ahead and do that now. Do I have any other stuff I need to take out? Fortunately, because of this menu stupidity, this is really a hassle having too many items in these chests. So here we go, some rings. At this point, there's not too many rings that are actually all that useful to me. So that was a Scroll of Fire. Any other wands that... Oh yeah, here's this. No, that's plain. Conflict, that was another good one. Conflict is good for, basically it makes monsters fight each other as long as you're wearing it. It also makes peaceful monsters fight you. That was one I was looking out for. Really good in all sorts of branches, really good in the... Well, it can be good in the astral plane, not when you first enter it. The rest of these are not so useful. At this point, I don't think I really care. I forget if there's any other rings. Now that I've got the master key, I don't think I actually need too much. Sustainability is useless because I've got a unicorn horn. Gonna need one more identify. Okay, that's hallucination. Let's see what that was. There's life saving. If I think I'm gonna die, I can... That's a good one to keep with me. Probably I'll never have to use it. Hopefully I'll never have to use it. Keep one of those. So, enchant weapon. I'm going to go ahead and enchant Grayswandir again. No more enchant armor. This is the worst. This menu situation, I don't know what to do about this. It's probably the only one that I need right now. Yeah, if you find it, Best Gamer, I'd appreciate it. I looked at the options and I couldn't really see anything. Yeah, I think it might have to do with the fact that the menu scrolls instead of being paginated, maybe? Like, so it doesn't have the code to re-numerate the entries. That's my guess. I don't know if the menus can, like, page. I'm using up and down arrows to move through the menus. It's a really stupid bug though. It actually has gameplay impact because you can't necessarily get to certain items, so it's a really bad thing to have. If you do find a fix, I definitely appreciate it. Okay, we got, so we're gonna enchant. Okay, so now Grayswandir is +5. I think it's safe to enchant one more time. I'd like to get a bunch of them and then a bunch of not thoroughly corroded, destroyed daggers. Maybe I can replace these daggers I have. Nope, not really. Don't have a ton of daggers. Should be looking out for more daggers. Maybe I can get into Fort Ludios and just like polypile some weapons and stuff. So yeah, I've got all these rings. I could dump these rings. I don't really need really any of these. Telecontrol is maybe a backup in case the thing gets stolen. That's about it. Polycontrol. Oh, I should take out polycontrol. That's actually... that and polymorph are useful. Do I have polymorph? So, just the question. Seems that I don't. So that will have to wait. I have to take off this ring and let myself partial, it's the menu style. Oh, let's see about that. Is that one of those options that you have to reset in order to... Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Out of large box. Yeah, see? It's still scrolling and doing this. Ask for types. Well, I could do that, I guess, but... yeah, that is true. That is one way to fix it. Because if you do this, it's going to prompt you. Yeah. But I think the way it works, like in a not broken version, is you will paginate the entries, which is obviously way better anyhow, and then it will letter them properly. So it'll swap the letters, I think. Maybe not. I seem to recall doing that, but it's a pain to even just have to scroll it to look down. But yeah, that is a good point actually. That will work. I think the one reason I don't like it is when you do this. Okay, so that's not so bad. Yeah, that's probably the best fix. That will, in 90% of cases, that will deal with the issue. Yeah, you can still get autostack. There's no option. Is there? Okay, all items are identified. So as long as I have an X when I can drop all things of unknown curse status, that's one thing that concerns me. I don't think I even actually have anything, do I? Yes, good. Okay, good. As long as that is an option, because that is a huge pain. So yeah, thank you. That's probably the best thing to do for this. Something into it. Potions. That's probably better anyhow, because most of the time I'm saying no to the first question and yes to the second, and it gets weird. Digging. I wish there were a way to page down through this menu. It's really annoying to have to hit up and down. So I'm trying to think, is there any... I wanted to eat that Tengu to try to get intrinsic teleport control, but I can do that in a bit. I think there wasn't too much more I needed to enchant armor-wise. I need a replacement helm, though. Okay. I'll have to look out for that, because that thing got rusted out. That'll be like 2 more AC back, I guess. And I need to look out for better daggers. These daggers are at the end of their road. Alright, one last check of consumables. Okay. No. I'll have to it'll take a little while to get used to those menus. If there's any new scrolls, I think I've got full healing. My Wand of Levitation, I definitely need that. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty good stopping point. We got to quest. Next time it'll be castle, and maybe prepare this guy for castle, and I guess Valley of the Dead, and some of Gehenna, I suppose. Maybe I can also try to find Fort Ludios. I think I've got a couple vaults that are maybe not cleared yet. I didn't see any guard messages. I could go back and check, but we may not have a Fort Ludios this game. So I don't think we'll quite get to Ascending next time, but probably the stream after next we should be ready. Character's not really quite end game for what I would like. He doesn't have all his spells. It'd be fun to get magic mapping and identify, particularly magic mapping and detect treasure would be great to have. And it'd be nice to be able to do a little bit of polypiling and get some stuff. We still haven't seen a Scroll of Charging, so I might have to wish for that, but no big deal. And that castle level looks like it will be at least a little bit interesting with all the liches. Okay, thank you for following and watching, everybody. I may not be on tomorrow. It might be a few days or so, but I'll probably be doing this guy again. Maybe some DCSS stuff. We'll see if I have time for that as well. So there's nobody else I can really send you over to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in a couple of days.